within a few days of each other. It was very bizarre.
Yeah.
Dick introduced us to Frank
Right.
Jerome, even though he was, originally from Rhode Island.
That's right. Yeah.
He had a CD on Whaling City Sound called Double Exposure, and actually Vibus Terry Gibbs,
Right.
whose son Jerry, I'll talk about soon, was a contemporary of Frank, and we always said he was the hippest guy in the room. And Dick LaPalme was a radio promoter not only for Frank but also for John Stein. John Stein was recently on with Joe at the tie-in here with who he featured John in August on the terrace at Aspire, and it was a great show. Wonderful night. Richard Hundley and Mike Connors played, and it was great. Now, did you have? How did you prep for John's repertoire?
That was online through Dropbox. John sent us some charts and some MP3s.
Changed, huh?
Spread them around, and there we were.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah, we've got to get John back in the new year.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have a new release in the new year for Whaling City, so we'll definitely make that happen.
Something else to look forward to.
Yeah. The release Tuesday, the big anticipated release for Whaling City Sound and their new distributor Naxos is a CD with Jerry Gibbs, Terry's son. He's a drummer, and he's calling it the Thrasher Dream Trio.
Yeah.
And the promotion is well underway. We, advanced it. Again, the release is Tuesday the 29th, but it features jazz legends Ron Cotter and Kenny Barron. And we've got a radio team on this, New World in Jazz out of California and New Jersey. They team up, and it's off to a good start with the CD at 44, most added right now on Jazz Week.
Yep.
And we got a great review in All About Jazz from Dan McClanahan, and he, if it keeps going this way, we're very hopeful that it'll be as successful as we hoped that it would be. And Dan called it a superb piano trio outing, and it's got a little bit of everything, originals and covers, Shadow of Your Smile, and the big surprise recently was that Jerry told us that he's going to have his all-star Thrasher Big Band live at Dizzy's Club at Jazz at Lincoln Center, and that's in February 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and it's basically going to be who's who, with him on drums, of course, and there's a special guest, but we can't announce it yet, but it's including many people, saxophone, Steve Wilson, Vincent Herring, Eric Alexander, Victor Goins, am I saying that
Victor
right?
Goins, yeah. Right. Oh, great.
Ronnie Kuber.
Ronnie Kuber, yep.
Okay.
Baritones.
And trombones, Robin Eubanks, Conrad Herwig, Steve Davis, trumpets, Frank Green, Marvin Stamm, Lou Soloff, Joe Magnarelli, am I saying that?
Yeah.
And Dwayne Burnow on bass.
Pretty good
Piano,
lineup.
Donald Vega.
It's too bad they couldn't get any good guys.
I know.
Being in New York, you'd think they'd get some decent guys.
So
That's a great lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be a tribute to his father, Terry Gibbs, the Dream Band. So
yes, because Terry had a Dream Band thing that he did a couple
and
for contemporary
he's
records.
just keeping that
Yeah.
theme going.
Right.
And also, we help promote other concerts, especially at UMass Dartmouth. We've mentioned some of the artists. Dino Gavoni is going to be performing the 30th, next Wednesday, with Jim Robitaille, and we
another Whaling City artist.
Yep. And they, we kind of the social media, we tweet, we Facebook, we kind of let people know any artists that are involved, we would post. So if anybody has news, we're happy to share that. There's going to be a New Year's Eve concert, as they always have too, at the Whaling Museum. So I'll get more information on that. But you were also mentioning Marcus Montero.
Yes.
And just today we approached Rico Reeds for him because he wants to do an endorsement deal with them. So it's busy, and usually keeping busy. And actually, I heard about this new client through your producer, Fred Engel.
Yep.
He told me about this kid a while back that he raved about, Cumberland's world champion accordion player.
Oh yeah, Corey Pesatoro. Yes.
So, and do you know who actually referred him to me was Ron Murray.
Yep.
Yes.
And
they work together from time to time.
Yeah, so he became one of the youngest musicians to ever win an American championship.
Right.
So he's 26 now, and we just kind of finalized the campaign, the press release.
Good.
He's looking to help make him more of a household name.
Yep.
I'm just going to kind of not only do the publicity thing, but also see if I can hook him up with industry connections, just to maybe get him to another level.
Yep.
I mean, he wants to be, as all musicians aspire to the next level. So
Corey's got the goods. He did a night at Aspire in the summertime and just floored everybody.
Yeah. And plus he has all these other, it's not your typical polka music.
No.
I mean, it's...
He covers a lot of different musical bases, so it's not just that typical schmaltzy thing that people think.
Not at all.
He's kind of a takeoff of a local legend, Angelo DePippo.
Right.
A takeoff of that. But he does his own thing.
When you hear him play, the level of his musicianship, the level of energy that he brings, you don't think about accordion anymore. You just think this is a great musician.
Right, and that's actually
it goes well beyond the instrument, but yet the vehicle that he's using is that instrument that he's a master of. He's a great musician.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see who we can contact for him and get that. I mean, he's internationally known. I mean, he's been on, Finland television, and a lot of people locally don't. I mean, he definitely has gotten recognition lately. He's at Rhode Island Monthly. He's been on Providence Journal. And
we actually did a couple of remotes for him at the Blackstone in Cumberland.
Right.
And one at Chan's, where Bob Gulati was on that gig.
Yep. He's a master, and he's versatile.
Right.
And it's, like you said, any genre. He can do classical, he can do
Italian,
jazz, klezmer, pop. And now he also works with a violinist. Are you familiar with?
Yasmin?
Yes.
Yes, from Tunisia.
Right. So
we did a taping with her as well, up there at Chan's.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the next assignment for us, is to work with him.
Good.
And I think I might be done. Could that be possible?
We're stunned. We're both stunned.
Well, I kind of blew through all those notes pretty quick. Did I skip something? I think I did. Wait a minute. Let me look.
A big thanks to Neil Weiss for making all this happen, because he really is behind
He is.
this
We love
music.
him.
He really is.
He's, what can we say?
And this is what, the fourth CD for Jerry Gibbs? Third or fourth? Because he did a double one of the music of
Miles Davis.
The later stuff in the 70s, electronic
Yep,
stuff.
double CD. And then
I think there was a single
Live
one.
at Luna.
Yeah, and this one.
Yep.
Yeah. And they've gotten some pretty good reviews as well, those recordings.
Yep.
Yeah. And you've had Joe Beck, the late Joe Beck.
Yes, and he will actually be coming out with, we're releasing his last CD.
Yeah.
And that should be in the new year as well.
That's great.
So that John Stein, Joe Beck are next.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And they were both been on this show before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's great. That had some fantastic musicians. Dan Moretti and Lieberman were on Latin Genesis
Right.
back in the day. That won it was nominated for a Grammy, that
Yeah.
CD. So. And how's the new association with Naxos? Is that the
Naxos. We
Naxos.
went to.
I think they were classical mostly, and some jazz. They did.
They're like the leading classical distributor
Right,
globally,
right.
and now they have other jazz artists and
do.
labels,
Yeah.
but
they do.
we definitely felt like this would be an interesting combination where
Right.
we wouldn't be just another classical label on their roster. This material was going to stand out, and they were, when we presented this at the Jerry Gibbs project at the sales conference in July. Neil and I just went down real quick, did our presentation. They wined and dined us. It was great to meet everybody on the team.
Yeah.
All of the folks, the publicity people, the radio people, everybody was very impressed with not only. I think we didn't even say anything. We just put the cover up on the on
That
the
says it
screen,
all.
and everybody
the
went.
cover says Kenny Barron, Ron Carter.
That's all you have to
You
do.
got an encyclopedia of people they played
Yeah.
with, so it's like you don't have to say anything.
So they were very pumped, and
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
came back very excited that
Excited,
they
sure,
were going to be
sure.
behind this,
Yep.
and they are so
Yeah.
far. So we're all just keeping our fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
And it's the funny thing is the evolving, how the music scene has evolved, because you had another distributor before that,
Yep.
Allegro.
Actually, we had a couple prior to this, Allegro, and then prior to that, Cadence.
Yep.
So
And with that, we have to let you go. And thanks, Joe Potenza.
Steve,
and
thanks once
Jenny
again.
Shea.
Thank
Always great to
you.
be here.
Great to have you on again.
Thank you.